shining face. Would love to see your face. Our next live English session will be next Monday, April 15th, with Dr. Danielle Carnes. It's officially Parkinson's Awareness Month. This year, we'll be sharing the ABCs of PD to spread the word about Parkinson's disease from A to Z. We'll follow along this month as we highlight one aspect of Parkinson's disease for each letter of the alphabet. Really fun way that our communications department has campaigned educating and bringing awareness to Parkinson's. So find resources, help us spread the word about Parkinson's disease by visiting parkinson.org/awareness. I want to thank our presenting sponsor, the Light of Day Foundation, who's made this programming possible. As a reminder, PD Health at Home includes Mindfulness Mondays, Wellness Wednesdays, and our Fitness Fridays. All programs are held at the same time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You can learn more and register these programs by visiting our website, parkinson.org/pdhealth. This Wednesday, we are jumping into research. Quick research update from one of our doctors up in Alberta, Canada. There's still a lot we don't know about Parkinson's disease, and through research, efforts are being made to close the gaps in our knowledge and understanding. In addition to the development of new therapies for symptom management, research also seeks to find ways to stop progression and ultimately end Parkinson's disease. On April 10th, we'll be hosting an expert briefing where we will learn about current research that is taking various approaches to develop a treatment that may significantly slow PD's progression. You can find out more and register at that website again, parkinson.org/pdhealth. All right, that's all I've got for us, and I will pass the mic to Dr. Rush to lead us through our session today. Dr. Rush.
So, hi everyone, it's good to see you all today. I hope everyone can hear me now. So I thought, in keeping with our amazing solar event today with the total eclipse, and I being here in Cleveland, we are in that path of totality and are supposed to expect some pretty dark skies here in about 2-ish hours, I think. And so I thought maybe an interesting topic for us to explore today is mindfulness and the cultivation of awe. And so awe is a really interesting emotional state, and it's considered an emotion that's evoked during an experience that promotes a sense of vastness, while also kind of pulling us in to create a need to further understand it. And so, people will say that they have these feelings of awe when they're observing certain natural phenomenons like eclipses, or if they're in the great outdoors and they see, the Grand Canyon, or they're in a huge metropolitan city and they just see all the ways that the city is interconnected and thriving with life. And so there are many, many situations that can sometimes provoke a sense of awe. And I'm wondering for you all, if you were interested in writing in the chat, can you think of a time when you felt in awe? Just to kind of get us in an interesting state of mind for cultivating this feeling of awe. Anything that anyone would like to share? Someone said when my son was born. Yes, so birth and renewal. When I was standing at the edge of soil and water on a cliff in Hawaii. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, absolutely. So taking in those natural phenomenon. And let's see, every day walking outside the dog walk, on the dog walk, when I saw the Grand Canyon. Someone else said birth of my daughter. And someone said mostly in nature when surprised by a magnificent view. Oh, when the thunder in Florida shook my house. It's Krista. I understand that, feeling quite well, having grown up there. My grandson was born. 2017 eclipse in Idaho. Earthquakes. Yes. So even kind of scary natural phenomenon can produce a sense of awe. I remember one time I was in the path of a hurricane, and when the eye came through, there was definitely a sense of awe with this eerie peace and odd kind of orange atmosphere. It was very awe-provoking. Someone said shock and awe in disaster. There's this vastness of sometimes devastation, right? It's not always something positive. Someone said Hawaii also, so definitely get to Hawaii. Meeting my sister. Uh, the first time I saw the Grand Canyon and saw the beauty that is not in our hands, but rather in God's hands. Again, it's this sense of something so much bigger than ourselves. Watching the colors of sunset across the forest of my farm on Mount Etna when it erupted. That would definitely provoke awe and maybe some other things. 9/11. I think many of us can remember that day quite vividly. Serendipity and miracles all around us. You guys are coming up with some good ones. And you'll notice that there's a balance here, right? That sometimes things that are awe-provoking are incredibly positive, and other times they can be the opposite. They can be very, scary and make us realize how small we are by comparison of some of these events. Judy said, listening to Ode to Joy. Such a great. Yes, music. Music can definitely provoke a sense of awe. And you hear everything just kind of pulling together in that amazing harmony. Completing my first sub 3 hour marathon. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, whale watching off Maui. Ooh, man, you guys are coming up with some great stuff here. And I think, as you kind of reckon back to these times when you felt a sense of awe, it's a very unique emotion, right? So if you can conjure those experiences where you felt awe, it's actually been shown in the research to be a very unique experience compared to other universal emotions like feeling happy or sad or angry or surprised. And interestingly, in many ways, awe has been to physically and mentally affect us, and oftentimes in good ways, to feel small in a good way, to feel like we are part of something so much larger than ourselves. And Susan Salzberg, who's done some research on awe, says that awe is the absence of self-preoccupation, that we are able to actually focus on things so much greater than our own lives, our own myopic experiences. And interestingly, although awe and mindfulness are kind of different mental states with respect to feeling small in the larger scheme of things, both can produce kind of a reduced sense of self and feeling connected to others or feeling connected to nature or the world at large. And other benefits that have been found in the research include that it enhances our pro-social behavior like sharing and kindness. It can help promote a sense of interconnectedness, creativity, humility, gratitude, and also can help to reduce negative self-talk. Because again, if we can see ourselves in the larger scheme of things, sometimes things don't necessarily seem as important or overwhelming because you're looking at a bigger picture. And so there's actually so much promising research on awe that it's also begged the question that, okay, so what do we do to make awe happen? Does it just have to be like these amazing once in a lifetime opportunities where you end up at the Grand Canyon or Hawaii or see a solar eclipse that isn't going to happen again for another 75 years? Those are incredibly special events. But there are actually ways that we can sometimes promote a sense of awe in everyday life. And so there's actually an acronym that's used that, it spells out awe. So A standing for awareness, being present in your situation, whatever that may be in day-to-day life. And that's something that we talk about so often with mindfulness practice, right? To be present, to be aware. And then wait. wait and just kind of pause to take in what's going on around you. And then E is exhale and expand. So sometimes we end up kind of not breathing very regularly or not using our breath to our best advantage. And then by exhaling and then kind of expanding our awareness and appreciation for what's around us, sometimes we can cultivate awe in even these minor circumstances. So while walking your dog, while, taking in nature from your porch, while watching a TV show that, you realize, gosh, how much went into this, and it's actually really good. And they put a lot into making this happen. There's so much that we can sometimes create an appreciation and awe for. And so, there are other things that have been shown to help to promote awe. So, witnessing the good of others. Sometimes we get so filtered and focused on the things that aren't going well or the things that people aren't doing that are helpful. So, if you're driving, you may remember that one driver that cut you off, but not the many, many other drivers that were conscientious and driving safely. Or, also showing interest and curiosity in things. And so in mindfulness, we call that beginner's mind. How can we look at situations anew? How can we see them through a fresh filter that helps us to appreciate them for what they are? And one thing that I've found pretty interesting is, if you've ever watched like a colony of ants and they're, creating a way to get food transported from one place to another, and at a picnic or something like that, and you see them working all together in this amazing harmony. And even something as simple as that, how much it takes for that to actually happen, and showing interest and curiosity. How do they do that? They're not exactly talking to one another. And so I think that even those small things, and Babs just said, I call it watching a bug on a leaf. So these small things can be so amazing to pay attention to. And then also, we've talked about the utility of novelty and how that can help keep our brain sharp and how it can help keep life more interesting and engaging. But taking that path less traveled can also sometimes help to produce a sense of awe because we may not be as familiar with those things. We may not be as familiar with, literally taking a different path home one day, or sometimes doing things in a different way that helps us to learn it in a different way. And so that may be something that you prepare for a meal, or how you engage with a friend, but doing it in a way that you may not normally do. It keeps life interesting and it activates the brain in a way that sometimes helps us to appreciate that situation even more. So with that said, I thought we would do a little bit of a meditation that is meant to help to provoke a sense of interconnectedness to not only ourselves, but kind of the universe at large. And this is actually an adapted script from Angela Levesque. So again, I want to give credit where credit is due, but it's a way to visualize a starry night with a sense of awe. So let's go ahead and get comfy in our chairs in whatever position feels right to you. You can be sitting, lying down, feet propped up, whatever you feel is a good position that's comfortable, somewhere that you feel supported. And as you let the mind settle, just focusing on your breath in its own natural rhythm. Gently noticing the breath and how you're breathing in and breathing out. Not changing in any particular way, just allowing the breath to be what it is. And now I want you to focus on the breath out alone, breathing in naturally at your own pace, but focusing on the exhalation. I want you to see if you can move your breath down through your body, and almost visualizing out of the soles of your feet. Breathing in, and then on the out breath, moving the breath down the body into the earth. Doing this for a few rounds. As you continue to focus on the out breath, consider the energy that is moving with that breath, with each exhalation. Breathing is such a natural way to bring nourishment to our bodies that we need for survival. It brings energy down to every last cell of our body, and then allows us to release energy too. So letting that breath, that energy, sweep away anything that's ready to be released, whether it's muscle tension, worrisome thoughts, lingering fears. Let it move down the body and out of the soles of the feet. Letting the breath release anything that is no longer needed or serving you. Knowing that the earth can neutralize anything you release. As you continue to be aware of that out breath, start paying a little more attention to the in breath as well. As you inhale, you draw oxygen and energy into the body, bringing nourishment required for living and thriving. And on the out breath, letting the breath move back out. Keep this process of breathing in and breathing out until the energy you're moving feels in balance between what is coming in and what is going out. Finding a sense of equilibrium. And then, if you're comfortable doing so, I want you to imagine that you're lying on a soft blanket in a field on a warm summer night, far away from the city lights, and it's a clear sky. And as you gaze towards the stars, it is lit up by a million twinkling, beautiful lights. You might feel a slight breeze on your face, song of crickets in the background. You feel at peace, and the night holds a little bit of quiet magic. You may even feel a sense of awe and expansion as you breathe it all in. As you gaze at the stars, you might be reminded that in order for you to be witnessing their brilliance tonight, they were awakened millions of years ago. Yet their light is shared with you in this moment. Maybe imagining that you're breathing in this beautiful light as it connects to you in the very nature of your being. Every cell, every molecule. And as you hold that beauty within and share it with the sky, maybe you witness the expansion of the cosmos from this moment of light. Witnessing the beautiful array of colors, the energy that it took for them to exist. And as you lay on that blanket, looking over the whole sky, breathing in the beauty of the dark night and the light stars. Allowing yourself to expand and reach out in the wonder of this moment. Sit for a moment in this expanded state. Breathing with the sky. And when you're ready, take a moment to bring yourself back to your immediate space, drawing your expanded self back into the body, taking a few more intentionally deep breaths, feeling your body supported by your chair, bringing a more full sense of attention and awareness to your immediate room and our virtual room. Wiggling your fingers and toes, shifting from side to side. And when it feels right to do so, opening your eyes. Starting to see some eyes opening up as I scroll through here. So how was our journey today? it's always different day to day, right? And other groups that I do on a regular basis, we'll talk about that, how, some days it hits you in just the right way, and other days it can feel like a continual struggle. And that's par for the course. And so I'm definitely always open and wanting to hear your guys' experience each time. So feel free to write any comments in the chat. I think had someone asked about the spelling of Angela Levesque. I can copy and paste that for you guys. Bab said, Carl Sagan supernova moment. Thank you, Babs. Our journey was a really grand one. Breathe in, breathe out, letting go. I like the focus of exhaling through my feet. That's different. That can be a really fun experiment. So when we focus on an area of the body that we want to breathe through, sometimes it can be the feet, especially if we're trying to ground with something. Sometimes we'll do through the hands. Sometimes people will try to breathe through an area that might be speaking very loudly. Maybe it's in pain, maybe there's spasms or tremor, but they try to breathe through an area that has discomfort. That's high level kind of stuff. So not necessarily where you want to start, but it can be a very interesting perspective to breathe through different areas. Uh, Kathy said, breathing in peace, breathing out worries. Thank you so much. Steve got into a deep, relaxed state and struggled to come back. I know it's so hard in those moments because you want to so bad just stay there. And I came from a difficult conversation, and this was a blessing, some badly needed calm. Thank you. So, well, I am very glad to hear that that's been helpful for some, because sometimes these things come at very opportune moments that we don't necessarily expect. So it can feel, there can be such gratitude that comes with this. So thank you guys for meeting us here with this. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, Angela Levesque. I think it's technically called the Cosmos meditation. Here you go. Someone said, I liked visualizing the dark. Haven't done that before. Yeah. Sometimes the meditations that you conjure for nighttime have a very different feel from it. Because a lot of times I think, like we've done mountain meditation and lake meditation, and those all typically involve some sort of sunlight. So to have one that has a little bit of a different feel to it, I think promotes almost a different sense of awe than maybe we would have otherwise had. So thank you for noting that. Well, I certainly hope that all of you are able to cultivate some either internally through a meditation like this, and as well as through external environment, situations like today, if you happen to be in that line where you can witness the eclipse, or through other things that you may see on a day-to-day basis. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey today, and certainly hope that the rest of the day is peaceful and maybe awe-inspiring.
Thank you, Dr. Rush, so much for guiding us through and reminding us of the moments of awe in our lives that are so present in the mundane and the monotony of every day. So thank you so much. And thank you to all of you for continuing to show up. As a reminder, this is Parkinson's Awareness Month, April. So don't forget to visit our website, parkinson.org/awareness, to learn how you and your community can get engaged to support the Parkinson's Awareness Campaign. Everyone can participate at events on our website, on social media. You can find those resources at parkinson.org/awareness. And if you have any questions as you begin to, transition through, progress through, new things come up, things shift in your journey with Parkinson's disease, don't hesitate to reach out to us. The information's there on the slide. Until soon, everyone, be well. May you be in awe and enjoy the eclipse this afternoon. See you then. Bye-bye.